The Philippines is drowning not just in floodwaters but in anger. A scandal over billions in flood control contracts has erupted into nationwide outrage, and at the heart of it are questions about corruption, political dynasties, and whether this could even shake the Marcos government. I am Indrajit Kaur from FPJ. In this video, we shall talk about the corruption and Nepo Kids that led to massive protests and floods. For weeks, severe floods have devastated communities, but instead of relief, Filipinos are being told that billions meant for flood control projects may have been siphoned off. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. himself revealed a disturbing fact. Only 15 companies were given contracts worth over nearly $9 billion. And then came the rage online. Filipinos flooded social media with images of so-called Nepo Kids, the children of contractors and politicians linked to these projects, flaunting luxury cars, designer bags and vacation photos. All while ordinary citizens lost homes, livelihoods and loved ones to the floods. For many, it feels like deja vu. Anti-corruption anger toppled Marcos Sr. back in 1986 after decades of dictatorship. Now, almost 40 years later, the same public fury is brewing, only this time against his son. Many Filipinos feel betrayed. Funds meant to protect communities from floods have instead lined pockets or produced structures that won't even work. The concept of Nepo Kids isn't just about famous elites, it's about how power, excess and wealth seem inherited even in corruption networks. This isn't just a Philippine story. In Indonesia, protests forced anti-graft reforms. Just last week, outrage over corruption toppled Nepal's government, and on September 21, the anniversary of Marcos Sr.'s declaration of martial law, a massive protest is planned in Manila. Marcos Jr. is trying to stay ahead. He has announced an inquiry to unmask the swindlers and told protesters that if I wasn't president, I might be out on the streets with them. He has blamed corrupt politicians and contractors, calling them shameful. But critics say that this is classic deflection, that the rot runs deep into the very system that props up political dynasties. Experts have said that the scandal is bigger than construction firms. It's about nepotism, dynasties and elite privilege. The Nepo Kids flaunting wealth aren't just symbols, they are proof that political families treat public funds as their own inheritance. So the question is, could this topple the Marcos government? The short answer is yes, it's possible but not inevitable. Unlike in 1986, Marcos Jr. still has control of the military and key institutions, but public anger is growing, and history in the Philippines shows that happens when corruption collides with crisis. The floods exposed more broken lives. They exposed broken trust, and the question now is whether the president can plug the cracks or if this scandal will sweep away this government, just as it once swept away his father. September 21 will be a test. Will it be just another protest or the beginning of a new people power movement? The world and Filipinos everywhere will witness. For more news and updates, stay tuned to FPJ.